Another year, same me. I want to talk about what I'm going to be doing this year, 2026, on my channel with all my content and all of that. Highlight the places that you can follow me and check out all my content, as well as a new thing we are doing this year. And I'm excited to do it. It's been a couple years since I have done it. Let's jump back into the charity game and let's get into it. Okay, the first one is right here at my Twitter X account. I will never call it X, not seriously at least. Be sure to follow me on here if you don't already, if you still are dealing with this hellscape. I always have my most recently posted video up at the top here, and then whenever I decide to muse about, down here as well. I've had this account for a long time. I joined back in 17, and you know, I've been hovering around the same followers there for a while. So if you're still on there, regrettably, then come follow me there. I am also over here on Blue Sky. This is actually probably my preferred platform. It's the one that is the least aggressive. It's also the one I think I'm the smallest on, or at least close to. It's the same stuff as I post on my Twitter for the most part. There are occasionally things I will post on one of these platforms and not the other, but for the most part, it's the same everywhere. So if you're only on Blue Sky, be sure to check me out on here. This one, it's their weird kind of address on there, the bondiesel.bsky.social. You should just be able to type in Bondiesel and find me, and I will happily take your follow there instead. Here we have the kind of ignored, but I actually prefer this platform the most with Threads. I don't love that it's owned by Meta / Facebook and Zuckerberg, but I wish this was the most popular platform just because I enjoy its tools the most. I will also say, though, that this is actually the platform I think is even more toxic than Twitter, at least in the actual interactions I have, at least for gaming. Maybe it's different for other stuff. Regardless, you know, I'm obviously smaller here than over on Twitter. I'm also much newer here, but this is where you can find all the same things. So if for some reason you're only on Threads, be sure to check me out there. Mind you, it is different. I am Bon_Diesel there. And that is because on here and on Instagram, which we'll look at in a second, the Bondiesel is considered like like a curse word or something. It won't let me have that tag. So on here, it's actually Bon_Diesel. You can find me right there. Here's the ever-present Instagram. Again, this is Bon_Diesel. If you're there, I don't post here as often as I should. One of my big goals for 2026 is to try to grow here more, because from what I can tell, this is actually more so than any of the other pages I've shown so far, probably my best opportunity to find new people and get people into the podcast and videos and streams and all that. So if you're only on Instagram, look me up on there. I do plan to be a bit more active on this year. And if you're watching this video, you already know about my YouTube channel. I've got all of my videos here. You'll have my most recent videos listed here. You'll have your For You. So this will be kind of like a customized feed of things that you may like on my channel. My gaming videos, so that is non-Mass Effect, you know, kind of basically related stuff. Then I have a whole Mass Effect playlist here of like a few hundred videos at this point. And I've got my shorts. Then I've got the 2 podcasts here, the entire, every single episode of every single podcast that you can get here. You'll see my most recent post. And if I get enough YouTube members, you will eventually be featured down there as well, but I need more than I currently have. You can look at all of my videos, recent and my most popular, and then my oldest, which are hilarious. If you see some of those old ones, you got my shorts there. Podcasts right here, you can check them all out. And right here, you have all my posts. I do actually keep this pretty well updated with game reviews and polls and things like that, so be sure to check it out. If you want to become a member, it does throw me a few bucks every month. I do appreciate it. You get videos a bit early, so check that out. I don't put too much exclusive stuff on here, but I do try to put out an update video every month, and maybe we'll do more of that content if I get more members, so we'll have to wait and see. And then I do have a store here where you can grab a mug, and that money does go to me. I barely make any money on these. I just think it's cool for people to have my logo, the logos of the things I do in their house. So they're only $10. Now shipping, I can't help that. I don't know what it is for where you live, but you can check that out as well. So if you aren't already subscribed to this channel, please do consider becoming a YouTube member. It does help me out. Then we've got my podcast here. The Bonfire is my main podcast I do every week. You can see on here I'm up to 300. It'll be probably 369 episodes by the time you watch this. I'm really proud of this. I've been doing it for a really long time, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. I would probably stop posting on social media. I would probably stop doing things everywhere else and still be recording this podcast. So if you want me in the long run, this is the best place to do that. Then here is my Mass Effect Hypecast. This is a newer podcast. I've only got 13 episodes. I basically just record one whenever there's something notable to talk about with the next Mass Effect game. Depending on what happens on that in the long run will depend on what happens with this podcast. But for now, we've got a new game coming. I like talking about it whenever there is something to talk about. So you can check that out here with this and the Bonfire. They're on every single podcast platform. You should be able to find them literally everywhere. If you can't, let me know and I'll try to put it on wherever it's not. You can also check out this podcast over on YouTube. Here we've got the old Twitch page, twitch.tv/BondDiesel. You can find me on there. This year I am going to try to stream at least once a week. We'll talk about some charity stuff here in a minute. But this is, I love streaming. I just find it hard to hit the button every now and then. Either there's games I'm not really interested in or whatever the reason is or isn't for why I'm on here. I do want to stream more this year. It'll be a lot of Mass Effect, probably a lot of Battlefield 6. And then the games that come out this year, I would like to do maybe some first impressions on here of games that I know I'm probably not going to finish, but I at least want to check them out and check them out with other people. So be sure to check me out over on Bond Diesel. You can obviously follow for free if you have a Prime sub from having Amazon Prime. I would very much appreciate that. That goes straight into my pocket. At least my share of it does. And whenever I do stream, I will try to make sure I do. You can do a discount on subscriptions, and I'll try to make sure I do that. And then they also do things like you can see on here. They'll do like limited offers of first-time subscriptions or gifted subscriptions for cheap. Anything you do with that does benefit me. And so if you want me to be able to justify the time I spend on making all this content as a one-man show, this is a great way to do it, especially if you have that Prime sub. Here is something I'm bringing back that I haven't done, I think, since 2022. So it's been 2 or 3 years here. Extra Life. This is a charity platform that does really a lot of integrations for content creators, podcasters, streamers, YouTube creators. This is a good way if you don't want to give me any money. Obviously times are tight for a lot of people right now, but you still want to contribute, do something good. We can all do it together. This is a great way to do it. I currently have a goal of $1,000. The money from this goes to children's hospitals here in the United States. Mine is specifically for my local children's hospital. I'm a social worker by trade, and this children's hospital in my area helps all of them, as well as basically all the kids in the whole region that I live in. They're extremely good at what they do. They're very good to the kids and to the families. So this is something that I do care about quite a bit. And I would really appreciate if you would go on here. You should be able to find a link to this on any of my social media pages, on my YouTube. I'm trying to put those links everywhere. So they shouldn't be too hard to find. Or you can just go to their website and look me up. It's just under Bond Diesel as well. And then if you want to find a specific participant in my page, it's just BD is that right there. And then finally, if you want to find all of the links for all of these things, including my merch page, which I didn't even show because I'm not too worried about it, even though I do appreciate if you buy something there, you can find my link tree. So it's linktr.ee/BondDiesel. And that will give you all these links here, including my Extra Life merch. If you want to join my Discord, it's a small group, but we do talk quite often and often very passionately, for better or worse. And then all of the other links here to everything else we showed. So that's what I'm up to this year. I was really happy with what I did in 2025. I was also pretty distracted. We have a lot of stuff going on. I'm sure we'll have a lot of stuff going on this year as well. But I do want to get more into, I think that charity will get me to do more streams, basically, is the goal there. So be sure to check me out on all the places I am. Specifically on YouTube is the one where you can catch me making the most content. I already have a couple ideas kind of rummaging around. And I also need to do my YouTube member update. So if you join this month, you can get your first peek into that and everything that's been going on for me over the last month and the things I'm excited about for the coming year. I think it's gonna be a really fun year for games. As an Xbox guy, I think this is gonna be a really fun year for Xbox with the big titles they have coming out that we know about, as as well as some other games I suspect come out this year, but really all the platforms, Nintendo, PlayStation, all that. In the midst of all the craziness with prices and all of that, I think all of us are going to be holding on to our Xbox Series X's and PS5s, and however new your PC is. Something tells me most of us won't be upgrading those things anytime soon. So it'll be interesting to see how game developers and studios manage that. So I'll be here to cover it all, to talk about it all on my podcast, on my videos, on my streams, and on my social media. I hope you will be as well. So until next time.